This is Chris, but I usually like, subscribe to TNW Wrestling on YouTube, subscribe to my other channel, Word of Chris, and subscribe to this channel, Chris, but I usually follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and both of my TikToks. They'll all be down there in the description box. And I'm here to do my WWE Monday Night Raw, March 27th, 2023 reviews. So here we go, discussing about tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. Now we kick off the show with The Miz hosting Miz TV. So he comes out, and pretty much he was talking about how this is a WrestleMania edition of Miz TV, and he'll be hosting WrestleMania for 2 nights this weekend, everything, and this is the final Raw before WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what Miz was saying. But then he introduces his special guests, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, Becky Lynch and Lita, and Trish Stratus, and they all three come out, and Miz and Becky Lynch starts talking a little bit junk to each other. Becky Lynch telling Miz that he got tiny balls, and Miz was like, no, I got massive balls and all that. And he said, you can ask my wife for proof and everything. And Becky was like, well, I guess that's a good thing that she hasn't went around a lot before she got with you. So yeah, that's what Becky Lynch said. But yeah, Becky Lynch was talking about how Damage Control and everything, how all three of them is going to beat Damage Control this weekend at WrestleMania and all that. But then they get interrupted by Bayley, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky. Damage Control, they come out, and Bayley was talking about how that, you know, her and Becky Lynch came through with each other in this business and everything, and how her and Damage Control actually looked up to Trish Stratus and Lita when they was growing up and everything. But they said now this weekend at WrestleMania, they're going to have to finish everything and beat them down. So yeah, that's what they were saying. And Becky Lynch was talking about how this rivalry has been going for too long, how she thought that this rivalry should have been over at War Games, but it wasn't. And then they had a steel cage match, and the rivalry was still never over. And then they had a women's tag team titles match, and they won the tag team titles. But then they said the rivalry was still not over, and this rivalry has to end at WrestleMania. So yeah, that's what Becky Lynch said. But then we get to the next match. It was the first match of the night. It was Becky Lynch versus Io Sky 1-on-1. Damage Control was at ringside, and same for Trish Stratus and Lita. And it was a pretty good match. It was both of them going at it and everything. The crowd was into it, chanting, this is awesome and everything. Io Sky was doing pretty damn good. She hit some nice-ass German suplexes onto Becky Lynch. During this match, we see Io Sky hitting a moonsault off the second rope onto Becky Lynch outside the ring. She throws Becky Lynch back into the ring, climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumps off with the moonsault. Becky Lynch moves, and Io Sky crashed and burned. Well, then Becky Lynch was trying to hit her with the with the lock on the disarmer onto her, but Io Sky rolls her up, but got a 2 count. Becky Lynch rolls back through, trying to pin Io Sky, but Io Sky kicked out at 2 as well. But as soon as Io Sky got back up, she gets hit with the manhandle slam by Becky Lynch, and Becky Lynch pinned her for the 1, 2, 3. So yeah, Becky Lynch defeated Io Sky tonight on Monday Night Raw. That's what happened. It was a pretty good match, though. If you haven't yet, go check it out. Really good match between those two women. For that match, I'll give it 3 stars. That's what I'll give it. Pretty good match between Io Sky and Becky Lynch. Or I'll give it 3. Yeah, I'll give it 3 stars. 3.5. That's what I'll give it. It was a pretty good match, though. Go check it out if you haven't yet. But yeah, after that, we see the Bloodline walking backstage. The Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Paul Heyman. So yeah, they're walking backstage and everything, because later on tonight, Solo Sikoa will be taking on Cody Rhodes 1-on-1. Not only that, we'll see Gunther in action later on tonight on Raw, and much more. So yeah, I'll see you guys later until the next thing that happens on Monday Night Raw. See you guys later until then.